We still haven't finished One World Under Doom. We've just started X-Men Age of Revelation, and now we have another event that Marvel Comics are announcing because apparently just event after failed event after failed event is the path of least resistance, maybe?
As long as they keep you misdirected by shiny thing over here, shiny thing over there, throwing out some blind bags, relaunching the Punisher, doing events, and not even waiting for the dust to settle on one to get to the next. They feel like they can keep everybody so off balance that they don't realize that we're giving them garbage.
I think everybody realizes that they're eating garbage these days. Before we get started, I do need to shout out the 616 Comics, the #1 producer retailer in the entire industry. If you haven't checked out their website, there's a link in the video description. They got the sickest exclusive covers that you can find. Discount code in the video description. Armageddon is coming to the Marvel Universe as the publisher announces its next big landscape-shifting crossover event coming in 2026. Specifically, Marvel is teasing that Armageddon will not only impact the entire Marvel Universe, it will change the face of Earth's mightiest heroes in a way not seen since Avengers Disassembled, the event that redefined the team for the 21st century. That event not only wrecked Avengers Mansion, killed multiple heroes, and gave us iconic lines from Hawkeye, "Not like this," it also paved the way for the game-changing new Avengers.
There is zero hype or care behind the Avengers right now, and they need to do something to try to make them back to being one of their marquee or one of their tentpole teams, because they've been failing at it for well over a decade now.
Do you think going back to something along the lines of Avengers Disassembled, breaking the team up, maybe adding some new parts to it, is the way to go?
They've been trying to break it into pieces, rebuild it with different parts, different pieces in different places for the last decade. It just seems to be driving more people off. So I fail to see how doing it again is going to help.
Well, this time it is Chip Zdarsky. He did do Avengers Twilight, which was like an old man Captain America story that I quite liked. So at least he has a track record of doing something decent with the Avengers, but he isn't writing the title. Why is he going to be leading the ship for Avengers when Jed MacKay is the Avengers guy?
Bendis wasn't the Avengers guy going into Disassembled. Jason Aaron wasn't the Avengers guy before they brought him in, let him do that 1 million BC in the Legacy book. I think this is them tilting their hand that after whatever this Armageddon thing is going to be, that Chip Zdarsky will be the one writing it. Because primarily, I don't think that they're happy with the results from Jed MacKay.
Does that get you excited? Does that get you ready to throw Avengers on your pull list?
No, not particularly. That being said, Chip Zdarsky is an all right writer. He's probably one of the better ones that are out there. He's definitely over somebody like Jason Aaron or Jed MacKay. You're not going to get a good writer in there because that would require paying them.
The road to Armageddon begins in upcoming issues of Chip Zdarsky and Valerio Schiti's Captain America, and ties into recent developments from the Ultimate Universe, where Miles Morales returns home carrying the mysterious origin boxes in Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 5. The promo image shows what looks like a man with a cape holding an object that could be an origin box, or a chalice on its side, and the text reads, "Witness the origin of the end," followed by Armageddon Assembles, June of 2026. So if you want to know what's happening and how this is all flowing out, you need to be reading Chip Zdarsky's Captain America, and you probably need to have read Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. I'm reading neither. Hopefully this somehow ends up in a book that I'm actually reading, so there will be some lead up to it.
It seems like they are keeping it, the build up a little isolated. I don't mind the method that they've been using where they'll put like pieces of a puzzle in other books. But at the same time, there are a bunch of disconnected titles. I don't really have much interest in them. I don't even know who's writing the Spider-Man Incursion.
It was Dennis Camp and it was Cody Ziegler. It ended this week.
Yeah, there is a 0% chance that I would have had any interest in that. But all it is going to be another reset that doesn't actually reset anything.
But we do have a character with a cape, not exactly normal in the Marvel Universe, holding something. Could we perhaps be getting another evil version of Superman?
It wouldn't surprise me if it's a way to kind of reintroduce the Sentry. The Sentry obviously got jobbed out recently where the powers got stuck in the body of a cripple chick. They just used him in Thunderbolts. He's really one of the few guys I can think of that would have some sort of connection back to Disassembled and kind of harken back to that. Also have to do with some sort of origin box things. I don't even know what the fuck they are, but they're called origin boxes. So my thought is boxes that contain a secret origin.
When was the last time Marvel did go all in on an event and it actually reverberated out throughout the entire universe? Is it like Civil War II?
Yeah, you would probably be looking back at Civil War II or Legacy, maybe. But I think Civil War II happened after Legacy started. I don't recall. It's been a while since they didn't play the trying to constantly distract you from the fact that the last thing they hyped up is woefully disappointing the reader. So they try to distract you with a new thing like 3 issues in to distract you from the fact that you're losing interest in this thing that they sold you the first time.
So I guess we should talk a little bit about these origin boxes. It sounds like it's going to be a big deal heading into the summer of 2026. Origin boxes were introduced in this week's Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 5 and contain volatile power catalysts. They originated on Earth 6160, the Ultimate Universe ruled by the Maker, who stole the original sources of power that created the world's heroes, including the Super Soldier Serum, Spider-Man's radioactive spider, and Terrigen crystals. In an effort to restore these lost heroes, Ultimate Iron Lad constructed the origin boxes, but his experiment backfired, created unstable and unpredictable results. The surviving boxes were transported to Earth 616 by Miles Morales, where they are now in custody of Misty Knight's aberrant crime division.
That is just fucking retarded. I feel like this is just another way to turn every superhero into a mantle and pass their mantles on to somebody else. I don't know. We just fucking did this with All New, All Different. It didn't work out very well for Marvel. They did it in Marvel Now. They did it in All New, All Different. It didn't work very well. So sure, fuck it. This time we're going to do it with a bunch of random boxes and a lottery, essentially.
And it's going to be happening in Captain America. We already saw the origins of it in Incursion. I'm assuming this plays a big role within Cody Ziegler's Miles Morales book. That's the only book where I think Misty Knight's doing anything. So really, you're exiling these story elements that are going to be the big event to books that aren't really being read right now.
I feel like that's a way to try to prop up those books. Like, well, if you want to understand what's going to happen in the event, you better pick up book number 43 that you don't want to buy.
They tried to do that with obviously One World Under Doom. Him ruling the universe should have been the biggest story. It was all being set up in like Fantastic Four and stuff like that. And within the pages of Blood Hunt, and nobody cared.
Yeah, exactly.
They had to reboot Fantastic Four during the event because it was doing so well.
Yeah. The only thing they can do is try to force you to read things that the market says we don't want to read and we don't want to buy. They're going to keep trying to force it because they're never going to admit, oh, this thing we greenlit has zero interest from the market.
It's not a terrible marketing idea if there was excitement and people were like, whoa, you're introducing what? That sounds really cool. Let me go and get ready for this big thing. But they have basically destroyed their entire event model over the last, 5 to 10 years.
Not only that, but you're now trying to interest people in an Ultimate related event immediately after ending the Ultimate Universe.
This probably
Ultimate
starts
Endgame.
up Ultimate Universe 3.0.
But this time they can't just sell it on Jonathan Hickman's name because the biggest quitter in comics isn't going to be able to do it again.
There's another event that I forgot. We're going from One World Under Doom. We're in Age of Revelation. We'll be into Ultimate Endgame, and then we'll get to Armageddon.
And by the time you're 3 issues into Armageddon, they're going to be trying to sell you, I don't know, the fucking Squirrel Girl event. Who knows? It's sell you one thing. As soon as you start to realize it sucks, try to hype you for a different thing. And the frequency and rate at which this is happening will continue to increase the same way that relaunches and variant covers and other marketing ploys. That was what they did from the marketing side, and you've seen the acceleration to terminal velocity that it's finally achieved, where there's nothing but events. Every month is the start and end of another event.
If you would like this entire conversation, because we did have to edit it down here for the YouTubes, you do need to go to Think Critical Patreon and channel memberships, the Doc Unfiltered podcast, with this, as well as our X-Patriot X-Men #1 review that you can't miss. Hope to see you there very, very soon.
Oh, yeah.